Good evening. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for coming. I was waiting for somebody to start. I didn't realize I was the one who was starting. So thank you so much for being here tonight. It's a really exciting and wonderful celebration we're going to be having, and you're all in for a big surprise. I just first want to say on behalf of the Board of Directors and our staff at Simsbury Community Media, formerly known as Simsbury Community Television. I feel like Prince, right? Formerly known. We just want to thank you and thank everybody who was involved in helping us move to this next phase. So I just want to introduce our board members who've worked so hard to collaborate with the town and town staff, and I just want to introduce our board because they're a wonderful group of dedicated volunteers. So when I call your name, if you could just give a wave. Kevin Beal, Kevin's here in the corner. Tom Beneke, Tom is here. Don Colantonio, our incoming president. Paul Hinault could not be here this evening, and Ferg Jansen as well could not be here, and Roger Coombs, but we thank them for all of their contributions. Beth Morgan is here. Beth, give a wave. Okay, there you are. Chris Noble, double duty as a camera volunteer as well. Mark Orenstein, double duty as everything. Deb Payne. Special thanks to Deb for putting on tonight's program and coordinating everything. So let's give Deb a big hand. Maggie Seidel, who helps us with the high school, and Rob Sternshine, who helps us keep the book straight. So thanks, Rob. Also want to acknowledge, I saw Nick Mason came in, our former board of excellence there. Thank you, Nick, for being here. Also want to introduce our staff, Patrick Fallon. Patrick, our executive director. You'll be hearing more about Patrick's efforts later. And also want to introduce, she doesn't need an introduction, but our former director, Karen Hanville. Karen kept the ship steady, and Jerry Littner, who I spent many hours with Talk of the Town. So where's Jerry? Thank you for being here, Jerry. Yay. I'm going to try to do this calmly, but one of our members, Bob Thompson, is not here, and Bob passed away just recently, and he was really looking forward to tonight. His family, Norma, and his children are here. So we just, on behalf of all of us, thank you. I would just like to have a moment of silence. Bob's honor. Thank you. He's watching. No doubt. I'm sure he had a lot of ideas of what we could have done different tonight, so we'll talk about that. I know we're going to have a program that you're in for a treat, but I just want to say what an important role that Simsbury Community Media plays in our community. And it's all about community. We're very fortunate to live in a community where people work together, they care about each other, they want to know what's going on in our community, they want to support our community, and that's the role that Simsbury Community Media plays. You know, we want to make sure that you know what's going on in your community so you could help out, you could volunteer, and you can care about people. We played a particularly important role during the pandemic. When the governor shut everything down, the only way that people could keep track and know what's going on in their community was through Simsbury Community Media and our volunteers. And during the pandemic, we covered 296 government meetings. I want you to give a particular shout out to Mark Orenstein, who made sure all the technology happened to make sure that we could bring. So tonight we celebrate community. We couldn't have done this without our community. Special thanks to the town of Simsbury. Patrick's going to introduce all of our dignitaries. But our community that supports Simsbury community gives us this wonderful space, provides a donation. The Board of Education supports us through a donation as well. We also have a special thanks tonight for the American Legion Post 84. You're going to hear what an instrumental role they played in tonight's and in Simsbury Community Media's efforts going forward. The name Simsbury Community Media was after a long discussion. Everybody knows SCTV, SCTV. Too long. And the reason that we had such a long and vocal and passionate discussion is because everybody knew Simsbury Community Television. They knew they could turn on the channel and watch our government meetings. They could watch Board of Ed. They could watch, Exercise with Mary, which is our #1 watch show. It's not me, but it is. I think we have people watching Exercise with Mary all over the United States. So we have statistics to prove it. So, but it was designed to show the community the role that we're now going to play in our community. It's more than just a television station. We're online. We want to attract young people to tape shows. We want more people to do programming. So we want people to think of us as a media station. So we are just starting in our new era. We have a lot of challenges, so we ask for your support as we work with the town and the state to support community access stations. You may not know, but people are cutting the cord. And Simsbury Community Media, we depend mostly on volunteers, the support of the town, volunteer funds, and dwindling funds from the cable access stations. So if the cable companies don't give us the bulk of the funding anymore, we may not exist. And if we don't exist, people can't watch their government. They can't keep track of what's going on. It's really transparency in our community. So Simsbury Community Media is all about community. Your being here tonight helps support us. It's very much appreciated. And we look forward to our next era as SCM. So I'm introducing. Okay. Now I have the pleasure of introducing First Selectman Wendy Maxudis. Thank you, Wendy, for being here tonight.
So I'm going to be totally honest with everyone here. I didn't realize I was speaking tonight, but I think you told me, Debbie. You did. Okay. It's January. There's not much that I really need to say or practice saying here, in that the amount of work and devotion that we see from the SCTV, the Simsbury Community Media team, for every meeting that we hold at Town Hall, for everything that we do, does not go unnoticed. We love Patrick now, we miss Karen, and we love having Mark there and everybody else that's there, but Patrick is always a presence and always very easy to deal with and relatable. That's really all I want to say here is the board of directors of Simsbury Community Media, keep doing what you're doing. We hope that the town can continue to support you. Maria Capriola's in the back there. She's our town manager. She's well aware of the importance and need that we have for you. We have Heather Getz here from the Board of Selectmen. She knows too, as having me being, my first term was during the pandemic. I had 3 months of being an active selectman, and then I was online for the whole time, and everybody came together just like that. It's great to be back in person now, but now that we could do everything hybrid and we can really watch, everybody can participate. That's just a great thing to do. So I'm going to stop there. Thank you for having me speak, and I'm going to turn it over to whoever is next.
Thank you, Wendy. Thank you. Our next speaker is our new state representative, Melissa Osborne, who's joining us after how many days in office?
Well, when is it now? What is it today, the 19th? So 15 days in office. So thank you very much, Mary, and thank you so much to the Board of Directors for the incredible excellence that comes out of this organization every single time you turn on the channel, or you connect with YouTube or you watch it online. One of the real hallmarks about our town as a community is the impressive level, almost unprecedented level of community engagement that we have. Everybody I know is serving on some board or another. And we also have one of the highest voter turnouts in the entire state. And I think it's no accident that happens. I think it has a lot to do with the civic engagement that people engage with here at Community, I'm so hard not to say SCTV, at Simsbury Community Media. You know, whether it's, you know, watching Yoga with Susan, or, you know, you guys can research some of my really embarrassing hairstyles over the years, because they're all online. You can find all of them for, you know, the past 8 years that I've been involved with Simsbury Community Media. And I really think it's no accident that having this level of excellence and this level of transparency in our government and access for, you know, brand new candidates who have no way to get out and knock every single door, who have no way to get their name and their face and their message and connect with people except through this entity right here. And I think that we are so lucky to have a service like this and to have the level of civic engagement that we have, in large part to Simsbury Community Media. So thank you very much to everybody involved. You know, since I think it's 1984, I did my little research right before I got here. 1984, you've been an integral part of building Simsbury into the community that it is today. And thank you very much. Is Lisa coming up next? Yes. I would like to introduce our new state senator, Lisa Seminara, who's our brand new state senator, also in office for 15 days, and she has something here.
So I'm Lisa Seminara. Thank you so much for the lovely invitation. And I have very limited experience with the media, but I was someone who, as running for office, came and did film, and hopefully all of you watched it. It was a shining moment for me. Anyway, I am here tonight on behalf of the General Assembly, along with Rep. Osborne, to present you with a citation for your building. And I'll just read it for you. It says, "Be it hereby known to all that the Connecticut General Assembly offers its sincerest congratulations to Simsbury Community Media in recognition of the Simsbury Community Media and the opening of their location, as well as their outstanding service to the community. The entire membership extends its very best wishes on this memorable occasion and expresses the hope for continued success." So you can proudly hang this here, and you're welcome. You're welcome.
We get a quick picture. So Melissa, come on.
Yeah.
Patrick,
Just wait, let's walk
Look at all
over
the
here.
camera people. Here's our camera
And you
person
can
right
watch
here.
this on Simsbury Community Media. Cameras over there. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
you.
So you're welcome. So enjoy it, and proudly congratulations, and I wish you the best of luck, and hope to be here more often.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Not to shake your hands, because we can go sit down right next to each other.
We can be here with these.
And now I'd like to introduce former state representative John Hampton. John's been instrumental in helping us navigate PURA and the funding from the cable access stations. He's been our voice at the state capitol, and I'm sure that our new state rep and our new state senator will follow in his footsteps. So welcome, John.
You know, just when I thought I could retire, you know, I'm pulled back in for a ribbon cutting. No, but I'm delighted to be here. I did not want to miss this at all. Thank you for including me. As Mary was speaking, I was recalling her call to public service. Came many years ago. I won't say how many, but it was in watching SCTV coverage of town meetings, and she saw things that concerned her. And that spurred her call to run for office to become first selectman back in 1990. No, don't know. And then parallels well to my call to public service. You know, my parents found me watching Watergate hearings and Vietnam War coverage when I was a child into Sesame Street and Captain Kangaroo, and they thought I was a very odd child. But the power of the medium to call people to public service and engage in civic responsibilities is so powerful. And I'm proud to be part of the SCT, Simsbury Community Media family. For a long time, I've had a show, high-rating show, office hours with Selectman Hampton, office hours with State Rep Hampton. Wendy Mack is going to hijack it and take it over. She's going to call it After Hours. It's going to be a little more sophisticated, maybe a band, I don't know. But I can't tell you how many people, when I door knock campaigning, people said, "Oh yeah, I watched your show, and it was really informative." And then I called my parents. They said, "Did you watch my show?" No, we clicked on it, but we kept going. And but all of you have been so important to the great, rich history of this amazing institution. And we invoke the memory of Gary and Bob, and thank Karen, and thank our new leadership and Patrick, and incredible board and volunteers that make it all happen. And we don't really have town greens anymore. So Simsbury Community Media and outlets like this have become the town green, where people gather and get informed and educated. And I've come home from legislative hearings and committee meetings, and I flip on CTN, and then I flip on SCTV, and I still do, and will continue to do so. So congratulations, and thank you so much for including me.
Okay, now we'll call our next speaker, Len Lanza, who's here with us. And you want to bring up your folks and can accept our thanks for all your hard work, Len. Okay.
Nice to see you. How's this for starters? I get here and I sit next to my friend of 60 years, Steve Noble. And he says, "You giving a speech tonight, Len?" I said, "Yeah, just a short one. It's going to be very short." He says, "Good." He said, "I'll appreciate that." And he says, "Everybody else in the place will appreciate it too." I had promised Debbie I'd keep it very short, so I shall. The origin of the generous donation, which the American Legion gave to SCTV, and I'll probably never change it. I'll always call it SCTV. So that comes with age. It took place on my back deck one day in August. In August 2020. The 4 officers of the American Legion were sitting out there planning for the following year and making decisions as to what we're going to have for programs, where we're going to go, what we're going to do, and to whom, if anybody, would give some money. And when we got to the money part of it, and by the way, this was a totally alcohol-free meeting on my deck. And Bruce is here. Bruce can attest to that. In fact, it was Bruce who ultimately made the suggestion that we donate a sizable amount of money to SCTV. And we discussed that for a while and then decided, in fact, that's what we were going to propose to our membership. We took it to the membership of the American Legion, and it was unanimous agreement. It was our way of paying back for all the things that SCTV had done for so long, for all the veterans in Simsbury, and our way of paying forward to all those who are yet to come and we're going to receive the benefits of that donation. So, having said all that, thank you, SCTV, for everything you've done and for everything you will do, and may God bless you.
Thank you, Len. Nice and short and heartfelt. So thank you. And thank you, Bruce, as well. It was more than just a donation that the American Legion gave us. When they gave us the donation, we had a discussion, long discussions, very energetic discussions about what do we do with it. And because of the vision of the board and the vision of Patrick Fallon's, it led to more than just a donation. It led to a whole change in the way we looked at Simsbury Community TV. It led to our name change. It led to what you'll see tonight. And hopefully we'll continue to serve our veterans and our community for many years to come. So thank you. I think the town is here. Let me see. It's my pleasure to introduce the Public Works Director, Tom Roy. Tom is really instrumental in helping us navigate the changes and the vision that we had. And we had a vision of what we wanted to do, and everybody said no, and Tom said, yes, we can make it work. So on behalf of Simsbury Community Media, thanks to you, Tom, and your staff for all your help.
Well, thank you. Well, what Mary didn't say is the reason I'm here in town is Mary hired me many, many years ago. And I think very soon after working for Mary, you understood it wasn't a matter of, if you were going to get it done, it was how you were going to get it done. And for all of those who saw the development of SCTV over the years and the need and knowing what it does for the community. And just as I was standing in the back watching some of the videos that come up, and I think how much even Public Works has worked with SCTV, where they did videos on how we pave roads and how we plow the roads and how we do some of our work. It was a great method for us to get our message out to the community. And when Mary and others came to us with this idea, it was a great vision. I was really happy we were able to come through it. Matt Hopkins is in the back. I know he worked very closely with Patrick on all of the ins and outs and coordinating all of the different vendors and trades that we had doing this. And just, I guess, from my part as being part of the town, we're just really happy that SCTV has really the home it's always deserved. So thank you.
Yeah, I'm really good at hiring people. I hired Tom, I have Patrick. So if you need anybody hired, call me. I'll find good people. So it's now my pleasure to introduce Patrick Fallon. Patrick worked with Karen. Karen brought Patrick in, and we were looking for a director after Karen left, and we're like, who could that be? And then we saw Patrick, and he's done a great job. Patrick? The most important thing is Patrick has big visions and big ideas, and he knows how to get them done. He works well with everybody, and he knows technology, which is great for us on the board who don't. So it's my pleasure, Patrick.
Thank you, Mary. Hello, everyone. I'm sure most of us have met before, but in case we haven't met face-to-face, my name is Patrick Fallon. I'm the station manager at Simsbury Community Media. And me and the board and the town and a whole slew of other people have been working very diligently throughout the past year to get our new studio ready for the community. And I'm here to say thanks today. I'm going off script right now. I'm here to say thanks, and I honestly, I look into the crowd of faces, and I can't think of anybody I don't want to thank. Everybody I see here has come down here at one point or another, has offered help, has produced something, has been at town hall, has been an active part in our community. And I really take it to heart. It really means a lot to me. So first, thank you everybody in this room. This project was a bit in depth. There was a lot of things that needed to be covered. The floors were still original, the 1933 asbestos tiles, everybody knows those. The walls, I don't think have been touched since 1984. Some of our equipment and computers were not up to snuff, but we were up to the task. There were a lot of individuals involved with bringing this project to life, and I'd like to thank our local heroes at American Legion Post 84. Their kindness and their generosity was the catalyst for this renovation. It really started with them. I still remember the long equipment committee meetings trying to determine what we were going to do. And, in hindsight, I'm very glad we took our time and we could deliver something to the public that's incredible. I'd like to thank the Board of Selectmen, the Board of Finance, and the Board of Education for their continued support of local community access television. We have a few members today in the audience. I see Heather Getz, I see Wendy Max Studis. I'm not sure if they're here, but I would like to thank Susan Selena and Lisa Hebner. I saw Lisa earlier. She had to run and go, but I would like to give thanks to them as well. I'd like to thank PURA in the state of Connecticut for their continued support in the PEG-PISHA grants, allowing us to update much of our needed technology. I'd like to thank the businesses that helped us during the renovation, including Weldon Hardware across the street. They were awesome. Let me tell you guys, when our set came in, it came on a pallet. I ran across the street. Oh yeah, let me get my pallet jack. Dropped it right in front of our door. They're amazing folks over there. They're awesome. I'd like to thank Chicks Painting, Royalty Carpet, Azawiki Construction, Creative Dimensions, who did our desk, and I'd like to thank Uniset and the local UPS store who helped us get some of our signage created. I'd like to thank Karen Hanville for 16 years of service, over 20 years if you include her part-time and volunteer work, for making this whole operation work. We would not be here today without her. I'd like to thank Tom Roy and Matt Hopkins and all of Simsbury Public Works. They're all fantastic people over there, always checking in what I need, what needs to get done. And, you know, if you ask for something, it's going to get done. And that ties into my new favorite thing I've found out that I like to do over the summer, which is annoy Matt Hopkins. It's fantastic. I'm actually very sad I'm not going to be able to do that much anymore. I'd like to thank Town Manager Maria Capriola and Melissa Appleby for all their continued support they've shown us. I'd like to thank John Hampton. I'd like to thank Melissa Osborne and Lisa Seminara. I'd like to thank, I know I'm going to say that phrase a lot. You got to bear with me, guys. I'm sorry. I'd like to thank Cole Perello, who was our summer intern, our first paid summer intern, which is a project we are continuing for high school students. He helped me pick up a lot of things and put them down throughout the summer, and he deserves this recognition. That kid worked really hard. I'd like to take a moment and give a special acknowledgement to the volunteers that are here today. I see Dave Lesko in the back. I saw Nitra Powers. I saw the Bromlicks. I see the Sinacoris. These guys, they're the ones out in the field. They're the ones getting everything done for us. They're keeping everybody informed. You guys, you make the whole operation work. It's the kindness of folks like you who come down here and want to help out the community. And you guys do an amazing job. Sincerely, I mean it. Oh. I'd like to thank a very special and good friend of mine. You've probably noticed the new logo. You're going to see it plastered everywhere. It's an original piece of artwork by a very good friend of mine, Kyle Smith. Kyle Smith is a graphic illustrator. He's sitting in the back corner of that room. I'd like to thank Kyle. It's awesome. Everybody loves it. It's really the true representation of what community means to me, and I'm sure everybody else in the room, and especially the board of directors. I'd like to give a special acknowledgement to a very good friend and colleague, Mark Ornstein, for all you've taught me over the years. You've been very good. Last, but certainly not least, I'd like to thank my partner, Alicia Anderson, for supporting me throughout this entire project. There were many times I came home completely drained, and she was there to support me, there for everything I needed, so thank you. I really couldn't have done it without you. And that's all I got for you guys. I know I kind of built up there, but this project, it took a lot of work, and it took a lot of hard-working people working very hard for a long time to make it come to light. And this is something not that SCM deserves, but this is something the residents in the community of Simsbury deserves. Because keep in mind, it's not for me, it's not for the board of directors, this is for the community. This is where people come to explore their creativity. This is where people come to serve their community and record government meetings. This is where people come to really integrate with the people of Simsbury. So thank you all for being here today. I do appreciate it. And we'll start with the ribbon cutting soon, I'm sure.
All right. So, Deb, I don't know, I guess we're ready for the ribbon cutting. In closing, I just want to say we are Simsbury Community Media. We're just getting started. We need we have the equipment, we have the studio. Now we need volunteers to help make sure our government meetings are taped. We need volunteers to create new programs. We need high school students to use our studio, and we hope that you'll get involved as well. So thank you all for being here. Are we ready?
You want left or right?
I'll take this one.
Okay. Got this. Cool. Good. Is Karen?
I think she's ready.
How about that? There's a stopper right there. Were you in there too? Oh, okay. Let's get our photo up here.
I'm thrilled to be doing this. I cannot tell you how thrilled I am. This was a long time coming. Thank you for including me.
Never forget you, Karen.
Oh. All right, we ready?
Ready.
All right, I hope this cuts.
Yay!